Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to yet another episode here on the Shamblecraft server. And you join me here in the familiar location, down in the lovely, lush cave that me and Sammy have gradually been turning into our own little space. And today, we are actually going to stay primarily within this space, because today is all about one thing. Farms. Yes, farms. You see, while we do have access to a lot of things, such as we have the zombie farm, we have the skeleton farm over there, we have our lovely little villager thingamajig here, there are still a lot of resources we don't really have easy access to, some of which would be very practical to have in terms of these villages. And we are going to be working on those. In addition to this, we're also going to be finishing something that I kind of forgot in between segments in last episode, episode 11, that I kind of promised in between recordings there. You see, last time you might remember from the tail end of episode 11 that we put in a bunch of beacons, including the one seen behind me. And the point of those was to have a large area with haste so that we could clear out a space for a slime farm. Now, due to time constraints and several other reasons, we didn't get that done last time. So we are basically just going to pick up... Here we go. So we are basically just going to pick up exactly where we left off. And that is by starting the process of digging out the area down below. So what I've done is I have, since last time, I have crafted up some more pickaxes. I've spent a bunch of emeralds and time getting what I need to have them ready. Still only have one silk touch because I figured I only need one silk touch pickaxe. I want these more for the general gist of it. I might add silk touch to another one if I can get enough, but now I am basically running out of netherite. So now we have Phali's pickaxe, Phali's other pickaxe, and Phali's also other pickaxe. They need to be in order. There we go. And if you're wondering about the way I spell pickaxe, that is, why don't you go into in-game chat channel on Discord, scroll back for a while. There was a typo, and I'm weird. I just went with it. Well, yeah, but that's it. Enough rambling from me. Let's pick up where we left off last time and get started on clearing out the space downstairs where we are hopefully going to make some sort of slime farm.
And just like that, after a lot of hours of digging, we have dug out the main body of this space. So we have now dug out an area that is 120 blocks long, 60 blocks wide, and 12 blocks tall. And a lot of thanks needs to be said to Alpen, Hans, Vin, Meep, Jessica, who was also here for a good while. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. If I am forgetting someone, I'm really, really sorry. But everyone who helped out here, doing a whole bunch of digging, thank you so much to everyone who helped. I'm actually going to put in the chat here. Thank you, thank you all so much for the help. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much to everyone for the help here. I'm just going to scroll back up and see if I forgot anyone on the list, but it doesn't look like I forgot anyone. But yeah, this is amazing. We managed to get so much done so quickly. So thank you everyone who showed up for this. Hopefully this is going to make for a very cool time lapse. And all that remains for me to do now is sort of to run around and sort of slurp up the last remaining blocks here. And as you can see, we ended up with a lot of materials. We have filled a good bunch of these chests with cobble deep slate. All of these shulker boxes are full. And in addition to this, I sort of made a deal with everyone that anyone who came here to help would, of course, be fully allowed to keep everything that they picked up. So a lot of people here managed to end up with a lot of deep slate, diamonds. I know Hans said he got more than 100 diamond ores, and I mean we got a pretty good selection ourselves. We got a stack about of deep slate diamond ore. We got some redstone ore. We got lapis. I know there's more redstone and lapis that's also been put into a shulker box or an ender chest or something. I did put it somewhere, but yeah, that is basically the first part of this job taken care of. And what we're going to do now, I'm just going to put a line there to sort of define that border. So what we need to do now is sort of to figure out what we want to do with this space. And I actually have several ideas. That is what, well, first of all, as I said in the previous clip, we are going to be making a slime farm. That is, of course, a very important part of this that needs doing. But I mean, let me just grab a screenshot of this. This is impressive. First of all, we need to put the slime farm in, and that needs to go. Basically, we need to figure out where the slime chunks are, make them ready for spawns, and then set up something. But also, down here, I'm thinking I'm going to be making, I can't remember if I said this in the previous clip, but we're going to be setting up a secondary iron farm so that we can have an iron farm that stays loaded while me and Sammy are in the base. And yeah, this is basically going to be where we put especially things like farms that aren't necessarily that pretty, farms and things that would sort of be nice to sort of keep a little bit away from sight, and that would be more fitting for a sort of being hidden away a little bit. But yeah, that is basically what is going to be going into this space. So yeah, thank you once again to everyone who helped me dig out this. I mean, look at the size of this. It is a very impressive space, this, that has been dug out. I actually calculated that it's about 86,500 blocks that we have mined out here. So that is an impressive feat. And we managed to do it with the help of everyone in just a couple of hours. So thank you once again. I can't stress that enough. Thank you so much to everyone who helped dig this out. It really, really, really helped speed up the process. But yeah, what I'm going to do now, I am going to take a break because it's very late in the evening, and start fresh tomorrow looking at some potential designs for the farms I want to put in here. Maybe tinker a little bit of how I want to decorate it. And also, we need to make a better way of getting upstairs, because as you can see right now, we basically have this janky stair here that somewhat takes us up to the to where we came from. So what I need to do, I need to make a proper way down from the 3rd floor into where this levitating flower clearly has decided to set up camp. And from there we can hopefully from there we can hopefully start making some cool stuff down here. But that is enough rambling from me on that. I'm going to get back to you in the next clip, and hopefully when you see me, we are going to be getting ready to do some farm building. Well, alrighty then, a couple of days have passed and we have actually done a little bit of work. So we have now figured out basically what we want to get done to begin with. But first of all, we've now actually made a proper way down. So it's not the safest thing in the world, but it is at least a fully functional staircase that now goes all the way down, and it takes you all the way down to where we have our little I don't really know what to call this, industrial district, industrial zone, I don't know, I'll think of a name. But what we have figured out is that down here we want a couple of things. So first of all, we want a iron farm, and the reason we want an iron farm, I think I explained this in the last clip, is that we want to have one loaded whenever me and Sammy are here. And also a slime farm, but I haven't really settled the design for that. And the same with the iron farm, I kind of need to look into a couple of key bits, because the biggest challenge with an iron farm is of course the fact that you have to make a certain area spawn proof. And what I have figured out is that if I build the iron farm pretty much right in the corner, was it this corner I figured out? I think it was this corner here. I'm gonna look at the map. Yes, this is the corner. So basically above here is, well, nothing. You go for a good bit and there's nothing up there. And the spawn radius of a iron golem is 15 blocks, and it also recognizes with that range. So if we build the iron farm, which is going to be basically the same design as we have up in the community area, if we build that just about here or underneath over here, that's also going to be fine if we put it underneath here. This is going to be a bit more challenging in the fact that it's going to be more area that we need to cover. One option is of course to build it over in this corner, but if we look at the map you will see that we're then moving farther away, so it's not going to be fully loaded all the time. Also we need to work at slimes, and what we need to do there is figure out which of these chunks are slime chunks. I'm fairly certain we at least have one slime chunk right around here, because this is where a lot of the slimes are spawning. So we need to make a slime farm there, but we have to settle fully on the design. So while I'm tinkering with the design, what I think I am going to be doing is that I am going to be very, very quickly smashing up that iron farm, and hopefully it's going to be able to fit snugly into the corner behind me, and yeah, we're going to have access to even more iron just by being in the base. Well, okay then viewers, we've reached that point in the construction where we need to move some villages, and I am hoping that I have done this right now. So if we place some tracks there, these two should hopefully go all the way down, and we're going to push this guy down as well, bye bye, and then we'll close that up. Now, if I had had half a brain, I would have recorded a replay of that, but what we need to do now, we need to move swiftly down and see if the villagers made it all the way there. Oh, I nearly made it this time. And yes, it looks promising. The villagers are indeed here. Very nice. Which means that all we need to do now is sort of to get them to accept these beds as their Lord and Saviour. And I think maybe the easiest way to do that, maybe we should just move the villagers all the way. Do we have enough materials for that? I don't think we do, because we left the rest of the rails. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal off every alternate exit for them. And hopefully they should decide that, hey, I'm gonna go to these beds, and hopefully they're not gonna wander off. So picking up some of these rails just in case, and we are gonna need to dump some of these things. And actually we're gonna put that crafting table. Oh, there is a crafting table here. All right. So anvil goes there, this goes there, this goes there. Let's just leave all the things that we don't really need. And hopefully these villagers here are going to be interested. Once night falls, hopefully the villagers are going to go in there. And once the villagers are in here, then we can actually seal this place up and put in the lava, put in the water, and finally work on getting the zombie into that little slot there. But for now, I guess this is a matter of a waiting game to see if the villagers will actually pathfind to the beds, and once that's taken care of, to get the zombie into the hole. Ow, I accidentally hit one of them with a pickaxe. That was not intentional, but please don't summon an angry giant. Go to bed, you bollock. Oh, they're all three in bed. They're all three in bed. Seal it off. Good. That took way longer than it should. Okay, and then, if I remember correctly, the one lava goes there. Yes. And we waterlog the stairs there, and that didn't work because it was already okay. I'm gonna have to leave that way right there actually, otherwise it won't work properly. I can also do that. There we go. So leaving that way. Water, water, perfectly waterlogged. Boom, boom. There we go. Okay, that is actually the farm itself, minus the zombie, done. And now all we need to do is get a zombie, and that shouldn't be too hard, honestly. Okay then, as you can see viewers, we got lucky here, so all we need to... Ow, don't punch me, you twerp. So all we need to do now is remove that, place that, and this should now be working. Villagers, why aren't you panicking? You're supposed to panic. There's a zombie in there. Have I done something wrong? Should that be a slab, maybe? Do I have my silk pick? Yeah. Well, now they're panicking. Now, the big question now, is this gonna work in terms of... Are they actually going to... But you can't be here, that's for sure. I feel like this design is somewhat flawed still. Hi. Because... I mean, there's clearly... I'm clearly doing something wrong. The problem here is... We have... a bunch of... Oh, as I say that... Hey, we got our first iron. Look at that. We have iron. Yes. That means it was working. Nice. Well, with that then, that is the iron farm done. And we move on to the bigger guns, which is what we want to build over here. And that is the slime farm. Still not sure exactly how to do that, but I have been lucky enough to be sent a design. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be loading up that design and trying to build it. So hopefully by the end of this episode, after another time lapse, we are going to be having both a functioning iron farm and a functioning slime farm. And me being here building the slime farm should also be a good sort of AFK test for the farm itself. But as you can see, it's waking. Yes. Well. All's well that ends well. To the slime farm.